this content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no one.
a second.
Oh, no.
When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching SeptumSin vs. the World. I'm SeptumSin. This is Kotobukijake. We're here to show you what we got.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
We're going to be rushing through this because we got a vlogcast to catch. And that vlogcast, it's chugging on down the line. But we got some fun stuff to show off. And I'm going to let Kotobukijake start us off.
I'll start us off with a couple that I got just a couple weeks ago from this guy here. He showed off his really nice fancy new set, and I ended up as a result with a couple of copies of Empire of the Apes and Guerrilla Warfare Battle of the Apes. Both signed by David Sterling, which is kind of cool.
The producer.
And I already had the Revolt of the Planet of the Apes, which I also got from him a while back.
Earthquake!
One of these days, I'll have to watch these movies. Looks fun.
Okay, Cat.
Hey, Foo. How's it going, Foo?
He wants to knock over all my stuff. So, I ended up wanting to get back into the video game showings. I forgot about them. Especially since I've got like these collection viewings. And this is going to be one that is not on my PlayStation 4/5 one because I just recently bought it. Because I've been wanting to upgrade my Neo games because they did some upgraded versions for the PlayStation 5. And I remember that there was an exclusive disc that I can't remember who has it, but you can't get this digitally, but it has both games on it with all the downloadable content upgraded for one price. And it was pre-owned, and the guy, when I was making my purchase, which you'll see that also here, he was like, hey, I'll give you another 30% off of this. And I was like, okay, you sold me on it. I'll go ahead and get it. Neo is the first one. Actually, is a take on a Kurosawa story that never made it to film, and then it's kind of it's a Dark Soulsy type game, and then the other one is kind of a continuation of the stuff with a little bit better gameplay. So, looks pretty solid from what I've heard. Looking forward to it.
Good deal. Alright, my next one's a library pickup that I've been sitting on for a long time. Like, I'm literally getting down to, like, the bottom of the barrel, the stuff, and most of it's, like, library pickups that have been sitting around. This is one that I believe this is my third piece of the series, and I think I've presented the other two as I got them. This one's just been sitting around. No, I take that back. This was an eBay pickup.
Oh.
I got a couple from the library, but this was like I found it dirt cheap from someone I was already buying stuff from. That's what it was. But it's part 4 of a British series starring Dame Helen Mirren called Prime Suspect. And it's a cool looking set. I like these sets. You know, one of the, your sort of procedural kind of murder or mystery sort of series that I know you love so much.
Oh, yeah.
But Helen Mirren is a pretty solid actress. And
Solid meh.
like I said, I like these sets, so good times. And anytime I can pick up British television dirt cheap, I feel like I've done something good.
So, for a while, I've had this trilogy on the 360 called the Mass Effect Trilogy. Really well done by BioWare. One of the two that they're known for, than Dragon Age. And the problem is, a lot of people say that the first game doesn't really hold up as well graphically, but you really want to play it for the story. And I was like, eh. But then BioWare went ahead and they did an up-res and did some real work on this for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. This has all 3 games, which are massive RPGs. They've tweaked combat, they've tweaked a lot of the stuff, so it works better, runs smoother. All the DLC without the predatory microtransactions and multiplayer. And maybe I'll finally get into this. I might actually dig into this one sooner than later. This was my main focus, other than plunking down some money on a pre-order that I have that's coming out next month. But this one is probably one of mine. It might very well be my next up right after I finish Ghost of Tsushima. It's got a lot of good stuff to it.
Okay. So my next one was a very good price. Free. This is one of those occasional pickups they get where I watched something with Mom and she didn't care for it, and she said, well, why don't you take it? And I said, well, why don't I? Not that I was thrilled by it either, but I think it's worth having in the collection. This is a movie called Wild Horses, which stars Robert Duvall, James Franco, and Josh Hartnett, and notably was directed by Robert Duvall. So it's one of maybe his only directing credit. I can't remember. But it also features, if I remember correctly, his wife, Luciana, is in a starring role, one of her very few acting roles. And Oscar nominee Adriana Barraza is in there as well. And it's basically, sort of a Western family drama sort of series. If I remember correctly, Hartnett and Franco are Duvall's sons, and they have very different and fraught relationships between them. And it's a slow burn of a movie. You'd probably be bored to tears, but it was worth a look. And again, as a Duvall directing credit, I'm like, that's worth having.
So, Mo has been doing stuff on his channel, Drunken Master Studios, on Full Moon. I actually did a Full Moon order, and 2 of those that came with the order are in this pickup thing. Now, I had the other parts in this, but I didn't realize there was another part. I had the Demonic Toys movies, I had the Dollman movie, and Dollman vs. Demonic Toys, but apparently this movie, Bad Channels, also is a part of that. So now I have the entire story that I can throw in and get the whole thing. I love good Full Moon features. They're just fun, and I like a good kind of creepy sci-fi thing. That's what this looks like.
Cool.
Looks like a lot of fun.
Good deal. So, another one that Mom picked up at the Dollar Tree, if I remember correctly. I think she picked it up and figured that she wanted to see it, but that she thought I would want to have it more than she would. So she went and gave it to me. And we still need to watch it. We do need to watch it. This looks like a very potentially important and potentially horrifying movie. It says on the front, from the people that brought you Food Incorporated. And that's a movie called A Place at the Table, a documentary about food and what have you.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got a lot of special effects on it. It's pretty cool. This is a Magnolia release. And I've said before, I love it when you find Magnolia stuff in the wild. They seem to have an unusually large percentage of them at Dollar Tree for some reason, because you never see them anywhere else. But this looks like it's probably pretty good. And it may be hard to watch, but I'm glad to have it, and I hope to watch it sooner than later.
Did I present? I think I got one as well, but I don't remember whether... I think I did present my copy earlier when I got it. And that was a solid Blu-ray find. Now, another thing Mo was associated with was introducing me to this group that did VHS. They call themselves VHS Hi-Fi. And he will take VHS tapes and convert them to DVD format. And a fairly solid thing. And these were test runs. And the two of the movies here are Beastmaster 2 and Beastmaster 3. Never released on anything but VHS, so it's kind of cool to finally get it. I'd never seen Beastmaster 3. I'd seen 2 a lot more than 1. So it's kind of cool to have these. They go well with my other Beastmaster set. The transfer is pretty darn good for a VHS transfer. And these will be good placeholders to have the physical media. If they ever do release this on official, I will get the official. But until then, I'm willing to go with these. And, you know, they're fun. I mean, he switches the cat that he has. I think he starts with a leopard, and then he's got a tiger, and then this one he's got a lion. So I guess they just like new big cat each time.
So I guess the leopard can change its spots.
Yeah, well. So, again, I'm glad to have it. These actually were the first ones I watched from this guy, and he did a solid job. So if you can, check it out. It's a pretty fun and solid converter.
All right. Good times. So in our pickups, we talked about how sometimes you have weird ass timing, and that can like make something really interesting. Because like we're covering again a movie this week on Mo's Choice that happens to be from the same director as one of the films that's being released this week, and it's kind of like, and they were like subsequent films from the same director. So this one, I've been sitting on this for a while too. This was also an eBay pickup, and at this point I really don't remember it's sort of like almost a chicken and egg thing as far as exactly when or how I came across it on eBay. But I actually remember hearing this thing on the radio that I'd never heard before and going, that is the weirdest friggin' thing. And then within a couple weeks, I found a movie about it on eBay, and I was like, okay, I've got to get this. So I'm just going to read the brief description. This is based on a true story. One of the most bizarre and riveting news stories of the 1920s took place in Toronto, Canada, where a wealthy magnate promised to bequeath an enormous fortune to whichever local woman would bear the most children in the decade following his demise. The Stork Derby is the strange but true tale of the ensuing competition between very different women who are all determined to win this reward. So that's the movie. It's called The Stork Derby. But that's like I said, it's like sometimes reality is weirder than fiction. Yeah, I know, that's kind of sad. But and I saw that on eBay it was not expensive, and this is not a common one either. I think who released this? Oh, Fremantle. Okay, I don't even know that company. But anyway, it looked like a good fun pickup for the
I have 2 big ones to end on. This one is already apparently most part sold out, which is sad because, and I got this like a week ago, which is about a week early because, well, technically released the day before this is aired, and the day after we filmed it, and that is the Made in Abyss steelbook, which has the movie Trilogy. Which is pretty darn cool.
That's a nice looking set.
It is a nice looking set. I had to get it.
Is that like a translucent slipcover?
Yes, it is.
Ah, very cool.
And I was psyched about this, especially since I got that other set that's behind us. I was like, well, I have to get the special edition of this. And right now, there's no regular edition to get these 3 movies. One of which came out this year. I'm trying to find the names of the movies. The first 2 kind of go together to reiterate the series, and it's the third one that comes afterwards. And there are some special features. You got some daily life shorts, making ofs, and interviews. So some fun stuff there. Sentai looks like they outdid themselves with their steelbook there. There's a solid one. You could definitely hurt somebody with this.
Oh, very cool.
But look at that.
I'd like to have that. I didn't want it bad enough to spend $90, and
I didn't
now
spend $90 on it, but I spent like the right stuff price of like 80 something, but
almost $90.
almost something, yeah, almost $90.
So, one I did end up spending a little more than I wanted to, but not as much as a lot of people did, and I had to do it. As I just mentioned, Mo's selections are this week. We are going through our Meet the Cast month on Movies Galore. It's really 2 months,
Yeah.
partly because Dave and Brandon get to double dip for their birthday weeks. But so far, we've gone through. We're doing Mo this week. I did last week. He did the week before, and Dave started us off. And Dave started us off with a little gem of a movie that, strangely enough, despite being banned in 4 lakes, was actually an Arrow release. Strangely enough, and once I saw the movie, I was like, I must have this movie. And I'm trying to build an Arrow collection anyway, so it was good timing.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So I got this modern day classic Lake Michigan monster. I mean, that is just such a cool looking cover there. And look at all the freaking special editions, like all the bonus
it's got
features.
some fun special features.
Holy crap, for this movie, you got I love the Dear Old Captain Seafield, the Captain Seafield theme song performed by the...
That's hilarious.
And you got all these interview in a cabin, interview in a bar, interview by a fire, etc., etc. Definitely watch our discussion on this. I think we all had a pretty good time with it. This movie is batshit,
Yes.
but it's great. It is great, and I'm very happy to have this in the collection.
So, I had a bit of luck and a bit of bad luck. I ordered this set, but it came damaged. But it did come in under the line, so it got one of the signed ones, because the first 200 were signed. And that is the Evil Bong stash box. Now, I've actually got in touch with Full Moon. You can actually see, even, right here, where it got damaged. I've actually sent in to ask, what can we do about this? Can I get another signed one? If I have to, I'll keep this one because I'd rather have the signature on it. I've taped it. It's a fair, but still, welcome to my world. But it does have, it's pretty cool in the inside.
That is a nice looking,
It's got some pretty cool art. And I'm going to take these out. But there are room for expansion if you want to expand. Technically, you put your stash on each side.
Well, there's not enough room to put Evie in there.
No, there is not. Okay, I'm going to take it like this so I can see.
Where is she, by the way?
She's over there. I thought she was over there. Evie moving. Okay. So, we got ourselves with some of them, I think, with new artwork, but you can see how they all line up. So we got Evil Bong. We've got Evil Bong 2, King Bong. Evil Bong 3, the Wrath of Bong.
That's all the ones I've seen.
Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong. Evil Bong 420. Evil Bong High Five. Evil Bong 666. Evil Bong 777. And by the way, I've actually helped support these two. Matter of fact, my name is actually on the last one. And Ouija's Halloween Night, which is the only one of these type of films that I have not seen. I am looking forward to it. I'm hoping to add Gingerweed Man into here. And it is going to be one heck of a watch. But I'm going to wait until I hear more before I actually open these up. They're fun films. And I don't know, maybe when things get really easy to get here in Virginia, when they finally get all of the recreational, maybe I'll just get a couple edibles and just watch the series that way.
That might be a good way to watch this one, too.
So with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.